What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the video. It's like 4:34 a.m. I'm freaking amped up. I'm juiced up. It's a beautiful Saturday. Let's go. Let's get started with the GOAT breakfast right here. So we got the sourdough, half a serving of butter, 5 eggs a day, keeps doctor away, and then 4-ounce turkey, spinach, half a serving of cheese. It's the same every morning, and I can't wait. And that's why I'm amped up at 4:30 a.m. because you have a breakfast you love, you start eating it, your day only gets better. So I used to not be a morning person. Not at all. Actually, I've always kind of been a morning person, but not an amped up morning person is what I'm saying. So drug, all this. I swear, over 9 months ago, it's just like this breakfast, I just get excited, and then it's just, you get excited for that thing, and then after this, I'm gonna drink some caffeine, I'm gonna do journaling, which I love to do too. So I just get more excited. So try to start your morning with some excitement. Honestly, you start with something you like. I'm not saying you have to get super juiced up, but maybe coffee, whatever it is you like, man, it just sets the tone for the day. Really, really does. I love this breakfast. And I always tell people that, and they're like, I think they think about it because it does. I'm telling you, you eat a breakfast you love that you can't wait, you won't lay in bed for past 5 minutes. You won't even need an alarm clock after a certain time because your body will just wake up ready to go. But anyways, we'll eat this, get the day rolling, and then I got my creatine going. So from Raw, just regular creatine monohydrate. So as far as supplements, obviously a lot of people ask about supplements. Creatine, there's one supplement to take. Creatine, I've taken my whole life for almost 13 years since I started lifting. It's the safest supplement out there, most well-researched. It's also incredibly beneficial for performance, sports performance, for lifting and everything. So make sure you take creatine. I just take 5 grams a day every morning, and find a way to take it where you don't forget. For me, I always leave it out, and I take it first thing in the morning with my breakfast, put in a water bottle with electrolytes. But I used to just put it next to my sink, and in the morning when I brush my teeth, I dry scoop it, or I used to do it at night. So find a way where you just remember to take it every day, because it is actually a pretty important supplement, good for you to take. But let's get this down the hatch. Let's have a great day. Let's have a great day. All right, fellas, just rolled up to the field. It's ripping time. It's time to freaking rip it. We got some sprints. It's cold. Feels a little spongy. We're still gonna pop the top because YOLO. And there's nothing better than sprinting. So today was speed work. Actually, you can kind of feel it out. Kind of split's been a little different. I'm sprinting today, and then later today I'm gonna do some shoulders and arms, and I'll clean before, a little Charm session. So a little speed power pump day. That's what Saturdays are for. That is what Saturdays are for. But with sprint training, obviously, it's all about max output. It's a lot of standing around. It's not conditioning work. You're not here to break a sweat. It's similar to like when you're lifting. If you're going in hitting heavy doubles at 90% on squat, you're not gonna hit a double, rack that sucker, and then rest 30 seconds and expect to do it again. Now you gotta rest in between. Same thing with sprint training. You run a 40-yard sprint, you're resting 4 minutes, because if you're just gonna walk back, you're not gonna be able to get that output again. So it's all about max output, maintaining those speeds, quality over quantity. So that's why a warm-up is so key when you sprint. I usually warm up for 15 minutes, go through a variety of drills. I've shown them a million times on here, so if you're interested, there's look up a sprinting video on there. They're in there. I'll save it on here because it's a little boring. We'll just get straight to the highlight reels of the sprints, because that's the fun part. But we'll get ripping. Let's go.
I did it for love.
All right, so just finished sprinting, finished ripping it, finished freaking ripping it. That's what we do in the sprints. But one thing with sprinting, I think it's the best thing out there. The best, I've been sprinting forever, but I've realized a lot of people who kind of watch my content, kind of like me, lifting's your main love, lifting's your main focus. That's what you love to do, but you want to start doing different elements. You hear the term hybrid athlete. I'm not a hybrid athlete, I don't consider myself that. Hybrid's more endurance-based activities and then lifting, which respect the hell out of those people. That's awesome. I just have no interest in endurance stuff. I don't do triathlons or marathons. But I guess some people see me as kind of hybrid because I lift, but I do other elements. But the sprinting and the jumping, they go hand in hand with lifting. If you sprint and jump, those are max power outputs. That's going to help your strength work. That's going to help your type 2 muscle fibers. You're going to get bigger, stronger. Obviously, doing it in complement with lifting, strength training. I mean, it's a win-win-win. The thing with hybrid training is like you're doing all these endurance events that are like on either ends of the spectrum. Again, nothing but respect for it, but it's like harder to like maximize both. Whereas this, they kind of all go hand in hand. So that's why I love the style of training. It's kind of like general strength and conditioning if you're an athlete, if you played a sport like rugby or football or something, probably similar to what you did in the weight room, tossing around some weight, sprinting fast. And that's the best form of training. And then of course, going in the gym, bodybuilding, ripping weight, doing all this stuff. So I love lifting. I mean, lifting's my main focus. That's what I spend the majority of my time doing. I love all forms of lifting though. I love Olympic lifting. I love bodybuilding. I love powerlifting. I love incorporating all the elements in it. I want to get stronger. I want to get bigger. I want to get more powerful. And then I love going out to a field, sprinting and jumping. So if you're looking to add sprints, they are max outputs. You know, you're not coming out here to just like break a sweat and be like, get your heart rate up. It is a lot different than that. It's similar like if you're going in the gym, you'd heavy doubles on squats at 90%. You know, you're going to do a heavy double. You got to rack that sucker and then rest 3 to 7 minutes because you're not going to be able to repeat it if you just go like a 20-second rest. Same thing with sprint training, max output. It's going to be a lot of standing around. That's why I don't film a lot of it. I just get the sprints because 80% of me is just standing there because that's what you have to do. You have to rest in order to elicit that all-out output. And that's why it's so fun because when it's summertime, when it's warm, you go out there, you rip some sprints, and you get to stand there on an open field. You get a tan, you get a little sweat going, but again, it's not conditioned where you're like out of breath and you're dying. That's for another day. That's for cardio's for another time. This is different from cardio. So I think that's one way, if you're kind of newer to this, is like sprinting is not cardio. It's a little different thing. Think about more of it like, almost like lifting. Like think about more of it like strength training or power training. Like it's kind of more in that element. So it can complement all the other stuff. So that's why I love it so much. That's why I get out there and freaking rip it. It's fun. So if you're looking at sprints, start adding them. They're fun as hell. But anyways, we'll wrap it up. I think it's supposed to rain today. Gonna go grab some food. Got a freaking great lift later today. I'm stoked. Actually, I'm kind of excited for rain. It hasn't rained a little bit. Nice cold, rainy day lift. Can't beat it. Let's get some food. We back from sprinting about 10:30. Look at that. Little salmon, little jasmine rice, and some Brussels sprouts. Can't go wrong with that. Calorie-wise, we'll pop it up there. So I use Macro Factor to track everything, which I really like the app. I do have a code. It's DSHAN with 2 N's. You can get like a free 2-week trial, but I actually do like the app a lot. It's super easy to track. I don't even know if that's focusing. Is it? If it's not, whatever. It's 930 calories, 68 protein, 26 fat, 104 carbs. So kind of with like nutrition and everything. Right now, obviously cutting them, aiming for 3,050 calories, like a 250 calorie deficit. And then make sure I'm getting at least 220 grams of protein. I just like a higher protein diet, but I like that app because it's not like super custom macros, like you can kind of choose stuff. But anyways, just for eating in general, I eat kind of the same stuff every day. That's not because, I can only eat that stuff. I just love the foods I eat. I love my breakfast. I love this meal. I love the snack, the yogurt snack I eat. But I like going about it this way instead of just having like set meals, which I've never actually done because I like kind of more the openness. Like, for example, you're in a rush, I'd go to Cava or Chipotle and get that meal and track it. Not everything has to be the exact same foods every day. So I think it helps a lot with like eating, a steak catches my eye. I'm like, maybe I'm gonna make steak and potatoes tonight. And I can just track that. So I think as far as eating, like making it more, what's the word? Like vast, it's not like if you eat chicken and rice every meal or stuff like that. I just aim for a certain amount of calories, a certain amount of protein. Fats and carbs kind of take care of themselves, and then I eat 4 times a day, and it's kind of worked for me. I just happen to eat the same stuff because I love it. But that can help. It doesn't have to be like super everything. It's like, plain. Like you can enjoy the foods you like and still hit your goals. So, eat that guy up. These Brussels sprouts there. Sriracha. Oh man, these are good. All right, look at that. You don't even know where I'm talking. You don't even know where I'm at right now. Keep you on your toes, but I'm about to show you the goated pre-workout meal. I'm a big yogurt man. The Chobani 20 grams. This is a vanilla one. I like the vanilla for this one because I'm gonna add a little bit of something, a little bit of love in there, if you know what I mean. So we'll go 2 of these. Toss these in here. Chobani does not make this in a tub form, which would be kind of dope. Probably be more cost efficient, but
Is what it is. Is what it is. So we go 2 of these guys in here. Once you get 2 of those, we break out our secret weapon. Bang. Oh, let's back the camera up. Bang. We're going cookies and cream. Diced up protein from Raw. As you know, started working with them. Super fortunate to be with Raw. I'm stoked. They're awesome. It was so cool being down there. I'm fired up. Can't say enough. But anyways, this protein, cookies and cream mixes very well with yogurt. They all mix really well, but I always love a good cookies and cream with vanilla. I mean, if you're craving a sweet treat, you know, right here, 70 grams of protein, get you feeling good. So you throw a little scoop of that guy in there and then just mix it up. All right, so we got all mixed up now. Now this is the important part. We come over here, we open the freezer, and you put in the freezer for like 10 to 15 minutes. Get a little chill going to it. Get it nice and good, and then we'll add the toppings to it. Got that guy chilling for a couple minutes in there. About to go to the gym, so we got our other thing we gotta do. We got a shoulders and arm session. The only thing better than a shoulders and arm session on a Saturday is just getting a massive freaking pump. And how do you get a better pump? When you go in, you train hard, you get after it. That's how you get it. But also, how do you supplement that pump? You throw in a little pump product. Here we got, I like the watermelon a lot. I'm a big watermelon guy, so I usually go 2 scoops of that. This one has like the L-citrulline and the beta-alanine and all that stuff, and the nitric oxide, which is good. Blood flow to the muscle, helps with the pump. They also have this, the pump squared. So the pump squared just has like glycerol in it, so they don't mix them together. They separate the two because it clumps if not. But glycerol right here, really good for like water retention, which is good to keep the muscle hydrated. Helps with the pump, but also helps with performance, fatigue and stuff. So I mix the two. I get 2 scoops of that, 1 scoop of that. But you can also, I also have the liquid glycerol. So you can either go 2 scoops of this with that. This one's good because like it has a flavor, it's strawberry slush. It's a liquid form, it's 45 calories. So you go to this one or that one, either one works, both are glycerol. Mix the two together, throw it in the shaker, down that, and then I'll have some caffeine. As always, I'll probably go with, we got a raspberry rain, probably slug one of these down too. A lot of fluids, a lot of things enter my body before I go to the gym. Pause, but a lot of good stuff entering my body. We'll get that in. We'll get this sucker out. Yeah, we'll get freaking lifted. Be a good Saturday. It's a little gloomy out. But it's rain, so nothing better, and it's cold. Nothing better to spend a ton of time in the gym and just obliterate these shoulders and arms. I'm stoked. All right, just whipped it out. Just whipped it out. And I threw in a little bit of honey and a little bit of granola in there, and we got ourselves a winner. It's a little chilled. You just want a little chill. Add a little chill to it. Doesn't miss. Doesn't miss. That's good. I just use like the kind clusters. I do like 20 grams of that and then like half serve nani. Again, you can play around with it. Get creative. If you want more carbs in it, you can throw more of that before you work out, but you can eat that. Got the pulp and everything in there. Probably drink this when I get to the gym, but yeah, get this down. I'll see you at the gym. All right, just pulled up to the gym. It's go time, baby. So what we got today, we're gonna start with cleans, some power cleans, and then it's just a shoulder and arm Mageddon, just destruction of the shoulders and arms. It's gloomy, it's dark out. Let's get these sleeves filled. I usually wear a tank top every day. If I'm wearing this tight compression, I wanna burst out by the end of it. So let's just get these arms cooked. Let's get after it. You know, the time's gonna pass anyways, so let's make the most of it. Let's go.
Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day should be banned. It's day that I can't stand. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day shouldn't exist. It's a day that I'll never miss. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of my life. And if you go, I wanna go with you. And if you die, I wanna die with you. Take your hand and walk away. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. It's a day that I'm glad I survived.
All right, dinner here. We got nice little treat. 9 ounces of this pineapple teriyaki chicken. It's like 8 ounces of this butternut squash, and then like 5 ounces of the Brussels sprouts. This thing is freaking banging. It's only 700 calories too. 700 calories, 23 fat, 55 protein, 77 carb. That's a full plate of food for 700 calories. Man, I'm about to freaking smash that. Recently, but I started every morning, it's next morning by the way, journaling each morning, and honestly I think it's been, one, it's something I can't wait to do. I wake up, I get to journal, drink some caffeine, I freaking love it, but two, I think it's just helped me so freaking much, so I want to share it if it can help you in any way. But essentially the biggest thing I've noticed, like when I journal, I just like kind of write down some stuff from the day before, and then essentially what I do in my journal though, I'm my own hype man. I hype myself up. I write a lot of positive stuff, like stuff I want to do, trying to envision it, try to be a little delusional, but I hype myself up. And the reason I say that is because I think there's so much value in the power of like positive self-talk. Like I used to be so freaking negative to myself, where it's like, oh, you miss a rep on that, oh, you're a failure, you're a loser, or you miss a workout, you cheat on your diet, and it's like, hey, you can't talk about fitness, you're a fraud, you're a loser. You just have this super negative self-talk, and you don't realize how much of that kind of like, by belittling yourself so much, how that brings your self-esteem and self-confidence down, how much it affects you. So with journaling, and over the last like 2 months, like, as I said, I'm just my own hype man. I hype myself up in there, and I put a lot of positive stuff, but it's crazy how much like reframing your mind and just like having these positive things that you write down, when you write something down too, you get excited, you're like, oh, I'm writing this down, and you're thinking about it, and like that positivity that comes with it, hey, it's been a game changer. I think there's a big difference between, you want to hold yourself to a high standard, of course. That's what I want to do. I always want to get better. I'm not comfortable where I'm at. I'm always trying to get better and better. But there's also a certain point where it's like, you kind of got to lean on and be like, damn, I've done that. I've worked my way here. I belong here. Because I think for the longest time, it's like, whether it was playing sports or something else, I'd get to the game and I'd start second guessing myself. And I'd be like, oh, maybe I don't belong. Maybe I'm not as good as I was. And like, I was busting my ass all week in practice, or all year in practice, or all these workouts, and then I get to the actual event and I'm like cold feet and not believing in myself. Or other stuff where I'd go to like social events or something and just not believe in myself and have this low self-confidence and stuff like that, because it's just like you start to overthink stuff. So I think for me, what's really helped is just like writing down here and just like
writing down positive stuff. And what I've had and what I've started to do is like, I think everyone in their head, they have like, for me, the Dylan 2.0 or the S tier Dylan, you know, the person you want to be and the person you want to become. And for me, I see that person and I know what that person looks like and what attributes requires to get there. And I think what's helped a lot with the journaling is like, I know I'm going to get there. And that's what's exciting, is because I have all the pieces in place. I have the consistency, the work ethic, all this and that. I just know it just takes time. It takes time. And I think that's given me so much confidence, is like, this person I know I can become, this person I will become, it's right there. It's right within grasp. It's just continue doing what you're doing, learn each day, get a little better, get a little better. And, you know, for the longest time, I never like believed in that, you know. The person I see now, it's like 5 years ago, I couldn't ever imagine being that person because I was just so negative in my head, like, oh, you never get to that. But just being so positive and just being so enthusiastic and getting excited each day, like, oh, I can be that, I can do that. I don't know, it's been a huge like game changer. It feels like I've unlocked the other side of my brain. So I don't know if that can help in any way to someone, like if you're someone who's like second guessing yourself, always getting in your own way and this and that, maybe start journaling, start hyping yourself up. I'm telling you, just be positive in there, you know, write out, you know, sometimes I get motivational quotes or I watch other videos or I see something, but I try to like envision, you know. Right now it's like, okay, that future Dylan, the person I know I can be, what are the steps that will get me there, you know? And it's being enthusiastic, it's working hard, it's being consistent, it's doing the small things, it's waking up early, it's working out, it's eating right, it's doing all this and that. And I think it's like, yeah, there's pressure on that because it's a lot of stuff to do, but I think that's what makes it fun. There's pressure. If it was easy, everyone would do it, you know? There's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stuff you have to do, but it's fun, it's addicting to check that off each day. It's like, okay, I stacked a day. That's why I say stack the days. Stack the damn days, because it's just one day at a time, whether that's with working out, whether that's with anything. And like the amount of times now, I think what's really helped my confidence and like helped me envision that is I've started leaning back on like my stack of proof. And my stack of proof is, shit, I've been doing this for 13 years. Like that workout I did 6 years ago when it was raining out and it was 9 o'clock at night and I drove my mom's minivan to the field and shined the lights and sprinted anyways. Or that workout I did when it was 100 degrees in the garage and I didn't want to squat and I did it. I know I bring these things up, but I think it's so important to kind of lean on that, lean on the stuff you did, lean on the hard work, because you did it. So you should be able to take that and be proud of it and then let that momentum carry you. And I think I used to never like really reflect back on old stuff, and I would just like, one thing would go wrong, like, oh, you're a total failure, you're this and that, and all this negative self-talk, rather than looking at like the past and realizing, oh shit, I've stacked all this stuff up, I've done this stuff, why not lean on that, use it as fuel to push me to greater heights, you know, to hold me to a higher standard, because I know what I've done and I can only get better. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense, but journaling's been awesome and stuff like that. And I think just envisioning stuff, if you have a goal or whatever it is, or, you know, writing it down and working backwards, how can I get there? What can I do? And then just being your own best friend. You know, I think that's helped so much, instead of like belittling yourself so much, hyping yourself up, being like, oh shit, okay, I know I can get there because I've done it in the past, I'm continuing to do so, and that person, all it requires is me continuing doing what I'm doing. It just is gonna require time. So if that can help in any way, hopefully. But anyways, I appreciate everyone watching as always. I love making these videos. I love this stuff. I love this life, baby. Be enthusiastic, get after it. Do the small things, but stack the days. That's all I'm gonna say. Just stack the days. You know, I just tell myself that all the time. Just stack the days, do the little things, be consistent, show up, do what you promise yourself to do with your workouts, with your nutrition, with your life, whatever it is. And it does add up. It adds up to something, and that's what's the exciting part. So appreciate everyone watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.